new day and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna share with you guys my routine, my system for when we're gonna have guests and company over. And when I say guests, I don't mean like overnight guests. I'm talking like, you know, dinner guests or something like that. Actually tonight, my family's coming over. Josh has brisket on the smoker. I'm so excited. We're gonna make brisket sandwiches and yeah, we have a whole meal planned. I will show it to you. But I am at the stage of life where you just can't have your house perfect when you have people coming over. I'm a mom of 3. I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 10-week-old. So life is pretty busy, and honestly, the times where my entire house is cleaned up and put together, yeah, they're almost non-existent. So over the years, I've kind of learned how to pick my battles and just to let some things go. Hospitality, it's one of those things that I just want to continually get better at. And honestly, I'd love to see all of your homemaking routines that you do before you have people coming over. I'd love to know. I'm gonna do this kind of vlog style, that way you can see exactly how it works. So my first tip might be a little bit unexpected, and I don't know if it's something other people do or not. And Megan from yesterday will let you know what that one is. So if you want to be a good hostess, stop grocery shopping on Mondays. Grocery shop on Fridays, because then you can have people over last minute. It's just nice to have your fridge completely stocked and your pantry. I did a whole video on my grocery shopping meal prep routine. So yeah, definitely check that video out if you have not. But I like to grocery shop on Fridays. Today I'm just doing a Walmart grocery pickup. It just came from working out, so hence the hair. But yeah, I just have a really slick system where Fridays I go work out, then I come to Walmart, pick up the groceries, take them home, and yeah, it's just a nice, really easy process. But yeah, I definitely think it's a great tip to do, just get in that routine of grocery shopping on Fridays. I love grocery shopping in person. It's actually my favorite homemaking task, but yeah, right now in the stage of life, I'm finding myself picking up more and more. You guys eating your cookies back there? They have crackers. Anyway, so I'm gonna get these groceries, go home, and I'll show you what I bought. So here is the whole order. It was $87.69, and I'll just quickly go through it because it's fun to see what other people pick up when they are grocery shopping. Again, this is all from Walmart. First of all, I have breaded chicken patties. I actually have 3 of them in the oven right now. If you have not eaten chicken patties on a salad, you have not lived. So good. Dice them up, throw them on top. Amazing. And then we do cereal like Sunday mornings and like quick breakfasts like that. And we had no granola bars in hand. Josh really likes them, so I decided to try the off-brand, like the Great Value. We'll see how that is. I got 2 things of shaving cream for Evonnie and Fletcher to practice writing letters and numbers. A dozen eggs. I should have got them for my mom, but whatever. I just decided to do it the easy way. Actually, it's 1.5 dozen. And then I got feta cheese and sourdough because I have avocados in the fridge that are ripe and ready to be eaten. Love avocado toast, it's the best. And then here are the rules for the brisket Josh has on the smoker. We're also gonna serve baked beans. 1 jar is never enough and 2 jars is always too much. It's annoying. Also, I love to make my own sweet tea, but Josh said just do Arizona. It's just as good, he said, and it'll save time. Also, you gotta have chips, and kettle cooked are the best. Paper supplies, I was running short on a few. And then here's all my ingredients for my pasta salad I'm gonna be making. The recipe is on my website. I will link it for you down below. And I could have just used dried, but something, I was like, it is winter. I wanna eat living things. I'm gonna spend the extra money. I actually have a basil plant here. So I can never keep these alive. They always seem to get like little white bugs on them or something. But we'll see. I was just like, we're gonna eat the real stuff this time. So I have oregano, dill, parsley, basil, sugar snap peas, cheddar cheese. I like the extra sharp cheddar, but that was white, and this is orange, and I like the color that it adds. Also, salami rounds I will be dicing up, and we are a green olives family, not a black olives family. So I got those, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be making blondies, and I decided to do it a little bit of a Valentine spin. So we're doing Valentine M&Ms. So that is everything, a little bit over $86, I think it was. And when we're having people over for a meal, I don't really like try to budget. I try to stay between $75 and $100 a week, but we're having guests over and we'll eat leftovers. I'm sure there'll be plenty of brisket to eat later. And a lot of these ingredients, you know, they will be leftovers, so that'll be fine. And then I will just try to eat more out of our freezer stash and just make like canned vegetables and things like that, and just try to make our grocery budget stretch a little further. I don't necessarily strictly budget, but I like to be aware of what I spend. But I feel like food for guests is like in a whole nother category, maybe more like a hospitality category or something. I don't know. Anyway, I hear the baby, so I'm gonna get him and then I'm gonna make this pasta salad. Okay, so now it's Saturday, the brisket's on the grill, the pasta salad's in the fridge, percolating, getting really good. Things like pasta salad are so much better, you know, a day or two later. They soak in all the flavor and everything. And then this morning, I also whipped up a batch of Blondie bars. Recipe, easier than cookies because it's just like bars in a pan, and I will include that recipe down below as well. I don't usually have one big cooking time. I kind of do things ahead as I can, maybe one day ahead, 2 days ahead. That way I don't have as much to do the day of when I have people coming over. I just don't feel like I'm a very good hostess if I save everything, you know, the tidying up, the cleaning, the cooking, everything all for the same day. So I like to do the cooking as early as possible and then get the kitchen cleaned up, which is what I'm ready for now because I think I have everything ready to go. I just need to throw the baked beans in the crock pot yet, and that won't make any mess. So the kids just went down for their naps. They kind of cleaned up the toy room and the basement, which is another thing I do or don't do, I guess you could say. I don't always make sure the toy area is completely cleaned up because the kids just end up messing it up anyway when they come over. Like Evonnie and Fletcher's little cousins are coming over tonight. They're gonna get everything out again anyway, so yes, we kind of straightened up and organized a little bit, but it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. And depending how my week looks, it looks even worse than what you're seeing right now on screen. But today, Josh went down in the basement with the kids and they helped clean it up. And so that was super helpful. And so now I can just get to tidying up upstairs and cleaning up. Here's the living room. I kind of picked this up before the kids went down for their naps, but Josh is gonna start a fire in here. And yes, the Christmas tree, I'm filming this the end of January and it's still up, but it's gonna go next week. Josh was just waiting till he has time to throw it in our dumpster. Look who we have here. He is out. Love it. Oh man, anyway, so yeah, it's kind of like a general tidy up, but I did not dust at all or anything like that. I mean, it's great if I do have time to dust, but if I don't, it's always the last thing on my list. We'll see, maybe I'll have time to do a little bit of dusting later. But it's the thing you don't notice as quickly. I mean, like the main areas are clean. I will clean up the powder room in a little bit. But one thing I did want to say earlier that I forgot about was if you can get your husband to like make the main course, Josh is doing brisket, that's super helpful. I don't always do that, but it is really nice when it works out that way. We got this brisket from our parents' cow and we wanted to try it out and see if we have a good winning recipe for it and everything. And I don't know, my family really appreciates meat. But yeah, I mean, you can definitely just do something in the crock pot or something in the oven. I don't know, for me, I feel like I'd rather just have something on the grill because it's so much easier for delegate that to Josh, you know. So I did a lot of the tidying up off camera earlier when the kids were running around and being loud and whatever. But since all my cooking is done, now is the time to do the floors. It's always like the last thing because, you know, they're the thing that gets dirtiest the quickest. I wanted to use this time to brag about my new Roborock Dyad. I have been raving about my Roborock automatic vacuum and a lot of you said you love it too, but some of you said that's just not you. You don't want the automatic thing. It's really, you know, an investment for sure. But I have a new option that Roborock just came out with. Currently, they're the only multi-roller, multi-motor wet dry system. So you can use their Dyad for vacuuming as well as mopping at the same time. And I just wanted to show this to you guys how it works. It's super, super easy to use, to clean with, to move around, and even maintaining it. It does a lot of its own cleaning. It cleans itself and it's just very automatic, even though, you know, you are the one holding it up and pushing it around, which I know some of you said you'd like to have control of that. So here you go. I was so happy that Roborock let me test this out and show it off to you all. And I do have a link for you down below that's gonna give you an early bird discount, which is super exciting. As you can imagine, with preschoolers in the house, there's always messes to clean up. And I appreciate how the Dyad makes it super easy to clean them up, vacuum, mopping at the same time. And yeah, me and Josh may or may not have been arguing over who was going to use it yesterday. It makes things way more painless and easy. So like I said, the Dyad is cordless. It has a charging dock and then it can last up to 35 minutes of non-stop running. and you can clean up to 1,162 square feet without emptying the dirty water. And they also have a floor drying mode for if your kids are like splashing water all over the floor when they're taking a bath or something. You just hit that and it will suck up all that water. And the reason the Dyad power system is so powerful is because it has dual motors down at the rollers, and so that really helps it to clean well. If you have like an extra sticky spot, you just have to go over it multiple passes and it eventually will go away. It's so nice. And then it also suctions up that dirty water it was using to clean with. And did I mention that this is all cordless again? Yes, I think I said that before, but that's a really important key point for me. Also, the head is narrower on the one side, so you can like get around low furniture, and it will like tuck under your sink and your counters to get everything clean. And I know some of you that are not my age and you might be older, you're wondering how does it maneuver, and it actually moves really well. Here you can see that I can even just hold it with my pinky and it's moving on its own because it has two rollers spinning in opposite directions, so that makes the pushing and pulling really, really easy. And sometimes machines like this can be really annoying because there's so much work to clean, but the Dyad can clean itself just with the push of a button. You can focus on the areas that need cleaning most with the on-screen dirt indicator. And another thing I appreciate about it is that it talks to you like a real robot should, right? And it'll let you know when you need to empty the dirty water tank or when it's time to charge. It like tells you everything that it's doing when it's cleaning. So I really find that feature helpful. I don't have to memorize any symbols. And right now, Roborock has given me an exclusive link for you guys down below where you can get $50 off. It's like an early bird deal type of thing because they just released it. Like I said, it's cutting edge technology and you're not gonna find anything like this out there on the market. And I'm so glad I got to test it out and use it and let you guys know about it. So take advantage of that, check it out down below. And thank you Roborock for partnering with me on this video. Josh is just heading out to get the brisket off the grill. Once I have the house kind of cleaned up, I like to add a few special touches. So I'll show you that now. And then I'm gonna also get ready. I'd like to have the house ready and myself ready in plenty of time. That way I don't have to worry about that. And I might even, since I'm in good time, I might even get a little bit of computer work done and stuff before the kids wake up and you know, the guests arrive. I really don't have a lot of food to do. Like I said, I like to plan my menus kind of smartly so I don't have a lot of last minute stuff. I feel like in this stage of life, I just am not good at doing that whole sit down dinner, getting the meat, the potatoes, the gravy, everything all done at the same time. It's kind of haggling. I mean, I can do it, but I prefer this type of menu where I can get most of it done ahead of time and feel a little bit more serene. When the guests show up, I just feel like I'm a little bit more hospitable that way. I'm sure you guys can relate. Anyway, so I'm gonna go do that. I'll show you a few more little special touches I like to do around the house. And then since all the dirty work is done, I'm gonna get ready myself. So depending if I have some extra time or not, and this is like the icing on the cake, I will get out some like nice cozy blankets. I'll set up some folding chairs. I love to light a candle and make the ambiance really nice. And then I will often turn, this is really extra, but I'll turn on a little bit of like background jazz music or something, just really quiet, like, you know, elevator music to make my house feel extra serene and peaceful and inviting. But I did think that this would be a good time to point out that it doesn't really matter about all the extra touches and stuff if you are gonna be frazzled and worked up. I know myself, I've had people over and it just felt like too much. And I think that's because I would often invite too many people perhaps. I don't know, everybody has their different capacity. I'm still learning. I know I want to be a good hostess, but it just takes lots of practice, guys. So maybe by the time I'm like 40 or 50, I'll be good. I don't know. But I know I enjoy it and it's something I want to keep doing. So I don't know. We'll get better little by little. If you don't have a coat closet, at least make sure you have a place for guests to put their shoes. We've put ours under this right here or just in a pile. And then a place to hang their coats, which they hang theirs right here. We do have a coat closet, but it's actually our cleaning closet, hence the hooks. I love to set things out ahead of time. It just helps me like to think through everything, and also it's one thing you can do, you know, ahead of time. So I have the paper supplies. This is gonna be for the brisket, and then I have the buns. I even set out the barbecue sauce since it's still sealed. This is gonna be for pasta salad. Or no, this will be for the baked beans, and this will be for the pasta salad. Here are the bars, and I last minute decided to make some brownies yet too, to like make them stretch a little further. And then I'm gonna set out the sweet tea as well, and yeah, I even put my serving spoons in here, so I know I have them. I'm still not sure what we're gonna use to serve up the brisket. My pinchers is like ginormous, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do for that yet, but anyway, we'll figure it out. So yeah, we're just gonna do it super easy cafeteria style, and we usually have our guests sit at the table here. There's a bench along the back you can't see, and then out here in the sun porch. It's just like a nice place to set your cup. I will admit that our home is not like the perfect hosting situation, but I feel like nobody has the perfect hosting situation. You just gotta make the best of what you have. And I'm fine with everybody just like scattered throughout the house eating their food. It's totally fine with me. Sometimes we'll set up a little kids table here in the corner. I don't think we'll do that tonight, but yeah. You just kind of do what you gotta do, and casual dining is more our style anyway. So another thing to take into consideration is if you're sitting down to eat, make sure your centerpiece isn't like too high or too big or in the way. In fact, once we have the kids sitting, I'll probably even just take away the runner and everything. But it's nice to have it looking like aesthetic when people walk in the door and stuff. But usually it ends up getting moved anyway, especially with all the little kids and, you know, safety reasons. But my kids keep asking for toothpicks, so I hid them in this little thing. So we have them right here on the table. I don't know, I set like a Mennonite thing to have toothpicks around. I don't know, I feel like my grandpa was always really big on toothpicks, so. I still have to set out the sweet tea, but I always like to make like a fun version of water because they can always just get water out of the fridge if they want plain water. This one today has lemons, limes, and cucumbers in it. And if they don't like that, again, like I said, they can always just get plain water right out of the front of the fridge, you know. So everybody should have what they want. Okay, so I just got ready. I'm just wearing like this fluffy, here, let me show you. It's a high neck, and it's just like a fluffy blouse. And I just tucked it into a like maroon denim skirt, and I'm wearing comfy socks. I never wear shoes when I'm hosting. I always feel the need to wear short sleeves. I don't always, but have you guys ever noticed when you're a hostess, like you're always the hottest one in the room? I feel like I'm always so hot. And so I'm wearing short sleeves even though it's like 13 degrees outside. Anyway, it's a whole half hour till I have to get the kids up from their naps and do like the last minute stuff. So I thought I'd just chat with you guys a little bit about hospitality. It's definitely something I feel very passionate about, even though maybe it's not something I've perfected yet, that's for sure. But yeah, like I said earlier, don't wait till you have the perfect house to host people. I feel super blessed to have a big home, even though we can't all, like, I can't really stretch the table out and like have everybody sitting at one table, like if it's a big group. Although I am planning on hopefully getting an extending table soon. But yeah, we don't have a big formal dining room. We chose to turn that into a playroom because we use that way more. And so it's just more casual dining if you come to our place, which people know that. I can't wait for summertime. We can host outside. But yeah, work with what you have and don't feel like it has to look like anybody else's house. Like that's the spice of life. People want to come and see you and hang out. And honestly, it doesn't matter if your space is perfectly cut out to host. We've had lots of fun times going to like just like our friends in the city, and like their house, it might not be the hugest, but you know, it works out and it's really fun. I will say though, sometimes I will come away when I'm hosting and feel like I failed when I invite too many like children, too many families with lots of children, because then it feels like just chaotic and I feel like you can't visit or have any good conversations because like the children are so rowdy, I love that word, rowdy or loud. So I just like to, children are not the problem, right? They're allowed to be, you know, playful and whatever. But I do feel like it is important to like know the size of space that you have, and like even the, what's it called? Auditory space you have. Like if it's just too loud and noisy, like we don't have a ton of carpet and stuff, our kitchen can get really loud. So I find that I enjoy hosting more when it's like a manageable amount of people. And so we'll save like our big groups for the summertime when we can be outside. So yeah, just know your limits and then, you know, invite accordingly. I did say my family is coming tonight and we just randomly invited them last minute. We're like, hey, whoever is healthy and it suits, come on over for supper. Yeah, it's just gonna be super casual, and it actually ended up suiting everyone. And I wasn't sure, like I had already gotten my food. I wasn't sure if we'd have enough. So I did make some brownies to like stretch the bars a little bit so that we have more dessert. And I think we're gonna have enough brisket, but one thing you could do is just like throw some hot dogs on the grill or something like that for, you know, the younger children who maybe don't want or can eat brisket, you know? So there is different tricks to, like, if you're expecting more people than you really thought. But I think the most important thing about being a good hostess is just to practice and to just, you got to put in the work, and over the years you'll get better. You'll learn tips and tricks for what worked for you. I hope this video helps some, but at the end of the day, we're all different personality types. Hospitality is not about how clean your house is or how beautiful it is or if all the food is done perfectly and on time. You know, I feel like if the hostess is stressed out, it stresses everybody else out. I've been to, you know, parties like that where you could just tell that you almost felt like a bother or something, and I'm sure I've made other people feel that way too. So I try to just roll with the punches and, you know, laugh about it if something doesn't turn out right, something is, you know, less than perfect, whatever. And one more tip I would say is to start young. Like if you just got married, start doing it right away. People are so forgiving. You know, back when we were just young married, I feel like everybody was like, oh, she's 20, she's still learning, it's fine. But now that I'm like 29, I feel like I'm supposed to be, you know, improving, and I'm supposed to have my stuff together, which is definitely not always true. So yeah, definitely put in the mileage and stuff right from the beginning so that you can, yeah, hopefully by the time you are 40, 50, you can be an expert, right? I will be, I hope, I don't know. Another thing I forgot to mention was be aware of the ages of children that you're having over. I sometimes forget this, like crawlers or babies that just like want to put everything in their mouths. If your house is not already baby proof because of your own kids, make sure that you have, you know, a plan for how to baby proof it when guests are there. Hopefully the kids are very supervised, especially at that age. I just know for me, I was just tired of worrying about if like the kids were gonna find the marbles and stuff like that. So I just actually threw all the marbles away. So I didn't have to worry about finding them in corners or like a toddler finding them in a corner and choking or oh my, anyway, let's not even go there. But yeah, just be aware of your home and what you have that's child friendly or not. Also, like if you have something that's very special, don't make your guests feel bad when their kid breaks it. Put it out of the way. I don't think that's too mean or selfish. If you have something that's really special to you, yeah, it would just be really bad to have a guest feel really bad for their kid breaking something valuable or whatever. So that's another thing I've done in the past already, you know, tucking some things away, or even sometimes toys. Like if you know one of your kids has a very special toy that it's just gonna be, I mean, I want my kids to learn to share and stuff, but sometimes they'll get like a brand new toy or something and you know that they're gonna be super protective of it. I will just like actually put it away, and that way I don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to worry about another kid breaking it or losing it. It eliminates some conflict, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, I've been rambling. I'm going to sit down, decompress a little bit, and then I'll catch up with you guys later once everybody leaves and we can debrief a little bit. Josh is helping out right now. Another thing I love to do is get the dish rack like totally cleaned out before guests come. That way all the dirty stuff that's in the sink I can like hide in the dishwasher. Makes sense, right? Hi, Miller. Did you wake up from your nap? Oh, he is teething. He's not even 3 months old and he is teething away. Okay, so everybody's gone. It is 9:34. Everybody left about 15 minutes ago, and I just took the time to like quickly get the dishwasher going. Let me know down below, do you have to put away all the food and stuff while your guests are still there, or do you wait till they leave? I, for one, cannot focus, like, and I don't want people helping me too much. Like, yes, put the stuff in the fridge that needs to go in the fridge, but for the most part, I just leave the kitchen a wreck till everybody leaves. And then I load the dishwasher, and sometimes I'll even, like if we're having people over on a Sunday night, I will sometimes just leave like stuff out and just deal with it on Monday, especially if people stay till like 11 o'clock at night or something. But yeah, since tomorrow's Sunday, I didn't want to wake up to a crazy house, so I did put most things away. The toy room's still a mess and stuff, but not a big deal, it's fine. It'll just get messy tomorrow anyway. But yeah, I usually always make sure at least the dishwasher is going and, you know, put all the food stuff away. And I'm gonna start my automatic Robo-Rock as well, so I can clean up the floors while I'm sleeping tonight. Also, I did forget to say earlier, another tip I have is to, whatever temperature you are comfortable with in your house, bump your thermostat down a little bit cooler yet, because with lots of bodies in your house and stuff, it always gets hotter. And it is the worst going to somebody's house and you're just like hot and you can't breathe and there's so many people around. And I'm cold-blooded, so if I'm feeling hot, that means everybody else is probably like boiling. So just a tip there. But I did want to say, I know there was a lot of like advice and tips and like little things that I do in this video, but the main thing I want you to take away from this, especially if you are new to hosting, is that just do it, put in the practice, and don't worry about getting it 100% right. You just learn from experience over time. I know I've learned so much in the last 8 years, and I'm sure I will learn so much in the next 8. Tonight, everything went pretty good, I think, except we licked the platter clean on the brisket, so does that mean we didn't have enough? I don't know. I mean, everybody was coming back for like thirds, so I think it was enough. But at the same time, there was no leftovers, and that always makes me feel a little bit like, did I get the quantities wrong? I'm gonna say it's a win. It's fine. We had leftovers of everything else. We didn't run out of anything. But yeah, there's usually bound to have something go not according to plan, you know, whatever. And just roll with it. That's how it is. It's always worth it to hang out with friends and family, and I just know that I appreciate it and I love it when I get invited to my friends' places. So of course I want to take my turn, and with family as well. But yeah, I think that is all that I have for you. Thank you Roborock for sponsoring this video. Check out their new dyad down below in the description box, and you can use that early bird special to save $50. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.